you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can see from the title of this video, we'll be talking on emotional intelligence, and I'm really excited to speak on this topic. And you're probably going to hear me say that for almost every single topic, because I'm super excited to just talk to you guys about any goddamn thing. So I don't want to talk for too long. I do want to first thank you guys for tuning into my videos and supporting me. Even you guys DM me or snap me, or if you have me on social media, anything of the sort, with friends or strangers or whatever the case may be. I truly appreciate you guys. Okay. So as you know, when we start off the video, we start off with our affirmations, and our affirmations are: I love myself, I trust myself, I am conquering the world. And so let's say it again. I love myself, I trust myself, I am conquering the world. Because every single day, that's exactly what we're doing. And every single day we love ourselves and we trust ourselves. Because why not? Okay? So let's get right into it. What is emotional intelligence? When I say emotional intelligence, I know I speak really fast sometimes. But what comes to mind, right? Like when you hear that, what is the first thing that pops up in your head? So if you can, just pause this video, leave a comment, and then get right back to it. Emotional intelligence involves multiple factors, right? It involves recognizing your emotions, right? Understanding your emotions, and then knowing how to manage them. And so even when I first started to getting into what is emotional intelligence about a few years ago, because I've always deemed myself as a mature person, but I think, being mature mentally and being mature emotionally, I really had to learn that those are two different things. Like, you can be mature mentally, but you can literally be a child when it comes to your emotions. And so when I first even heard of this term, or thought about even talking about this subject, women really lack emotional intelligence at times. Or that's how I view it. That's just my point of view. But then I had to realize, no, everyone really lacks emotional intelligence a lot of the times. It's just in different ways, shapes, or form, right? So I say for men lack emotional intelligence when it comes to just simply recognizing their emotions, right? And I say that because a lot of times from men that I know, or men that I have dealt with in the past, or even just people in general, like even myself, you go through something, and instead of you, like if something hurts you, for example, right? Instead of you sitting with yourself and recognizing that you are hurt, you kind of tend to just ignore it and just keep pushing on to the next thing, right? And so when you keep doing that every single time you get hurt, like one after the other, what happens is that all that hurt builds up, and then it just bursts. And then, this big thing happens. It could be the smallest thing that ticks you off. And, it's like, well, why did that small thing tick me off? And it's not that it was the small thing. It was many things on top of that small thing that caused you to have the reaction that you did. Because you are not tending to your emotions, which is you being emotionally immature, plain and simple. It's not something that happens overnight, gaining emotional intelligence. It is, of course, something that is one step at a time. Humans are designed to be emotional. That's what humans are designed to be, emotional beings. That's what we are. So that's why it's very important for us to even have emotional intelligence. Being that we are designed to be emotional, we need to know and learn how to manage those emotions as they come and go, because they are going to continuously come and go throughout our lives. One of the most important keys to developing emotional intelligence is self-regulation, right? And self-regulation is pretty self-explanatory. I even have a video about talking about setting goals, and I feel like in this video I'm going to kind of touch on that as well. But I basically was explaining that you kind of want to watch yourself as if like you're your own kid, just so that you are very intentional about your behavior and your emotions. And it's very important for me to emphasize on regulating your emotions. because I think a lot of times people feel like someone's mad, you have to be mad. If someone's sad, you have to be sad. When they're happy, you can be happy. Like, everything is a choice. You have a choice. You always have choices in life, whether you see it or not. You just literally have to believe it. And so you can wake up early in the morning or any time of the day and choose to be happy, choose to be positive. If someone is upset, or if someone wants to argue with you and be upset or feels some type of way about anything, you can choose to not stoop down to their level in their negativity. Don't allow anyone else to control your emotions. Plain and simple, okay? Don't give anyone else that power. I feel as if if someone is upset with you and you decide to stoop down with them and be upset right with them just to get them upset, like, that's the thing. And that's why I don't even really like the tit for tat thing, because if you're mad about something, you're going to piss me off. I have to allow myself to get upset for me to then stoop down to your level to get you upset. And now we both upset. You get what I'm saying? And you was already mad. Like, I could have left you. And that's another thing. Like, when people want to argue with you or fuss with you or whatever, they are already upset. You don't have to stoop down to their level to make them more mad. They're already mad. Plain and simple. Like, why get yourself upset just to try to make them more upset, when really all you're doing is feeding into that reaction that they want, which is probably making them a little happy. You'll probably make them more upset by just being happy. And self-regulating yourself helps you with staying calm, especially in times where you are under pressure. In addition to, like I said earlier, in times where you have to adapt, in times where, things are changing and shifting in a blink of an eye, before you even know it, you're just in a whole different situation. And so self-regulating yourself, just being very conscious of how you are feeling consistently, helps with that controlling of your emotions. Because if you are conscious of how you are feeling, you can easily nip it in the bud and know when to tell yourself to calm down, know when to tell yourself it will be okay, knowing when to tell yourself you got this. You will know when to motivate yourself when you self-regulate yourself, because you know when in your head it's all going downhill, and that's when you need to be there for yourself the most and lift yourself up. Whether that is, and it's not necessarily, because for me personally, if I start to get negative thoughts or feel down or things are starting to weigh me down, I'm that type of person that even while I'm like, I have like the devil on one shoulder, the angel on one. I can easily have the angel over talking over the devil, like, we ain't doing this today. You get what I'm saying? But that's just me. If you're going through, negative situations or anything that's just trying to tear you down, it could be the smallest things, and you feel like it might aggravate you. You might be quick to anger or whatever it is. You can find you a positive video to watch. Maybe if you like to read books, like I love reading romance novels. It really just lifts my spirits. I don't know what it does. I love reading in general, don't get me wrong, but reading a nice little cute, cheesy romance book just does it for me. And so, as said, right, like, we want to help manage stress. This will help you to be less impulsive, and it will just help you to, before you do anything while you're upset, it just helps you to sit back, reevaluate your situation, and come back 10 times better when you are feeling better, so that you can make the best decisions possible. And I feel like the only way you can make the best decisions possible in any situation is with a clear mind. And being angry, upset, frustrated, aggravated, complaining, anything negative, that's never going to work, okay? You're never going to get the best results when your mind is cluttered with negativity. It's just not going to happen, babe. Sorry. Next, we're going to talk about how emotional intelligence helps you with empathy. Empathy is just that ability to understand, adapt, and share feelings with others that are around you, whether that is, friends, co-workers, family members. Empathy is what, especially someone like me, I feel like I kind of struggle with empathy because I can be a very, I'm very straightforward, you know. We're not beating around the bush. If you're fucking up, I'm gonna let you know how it's set in my head, regardless of how, you know, rude it might sound sometimes or whatever. Like sometimes you could be saying something that is so true, that is on point, that someone needs to hear, but the delivery is off, you know. And so that's what empathy helps you with. Empathy helps you when you can connect with someone and share those feelings. It helps you meet someone where they are. Even though what you feel or may say about a person in a certain situation might have the, you know, the purest intentions in the world, if you can't meet someone where they are emotionally, the delivery might be off 1,001%, and they're probably gonna take it the wrong way. And then that leads into disagreements and miscommunication. It might lead to, you know, a relationship having to distance itself, you know, really for no reason at all. It was just the wrong delivery, right intentions and wrong delivery. And so I feel like when you obtain a high level of emotional intelligence, it helps you gain that empathy for others, so that you can always meet anyone where they are, no matter who it is or what it's about. But I really just wanted to just speak on the topic of just emotional intelligence just in general, and why it is important to have a high level of emotional intelligence. Because I feel like people don't ever really take the time out to think about their emotions, you know, or anyone else's. Everyone is constantly on go, and on to the next thing, and worry about all these materialistic things. And if they are worried about being mature, it's more like mentally versus emotionally and all these other stuff. And because everyone likes to pretend as if they don't have feelings, well, newsflash, everyone does. I don't care who it is. Everyone literally has feelings. You are designed to feel. So do exactly what you are designed to do. Stop fighting it, because you trying to fight those urges to not feel is what causes that depression, is what causes that anxiety. It is what causes those impulses of you doing destructive things and, you know, making situations bigger than what it really has to be, right? And misunderstanding things. It can be so many negative results when you are literally going against what you are created for. You are created to be emotional and to have emotions and to feel those emotions. So it's best to just acknowledge them, because they're not going anywhere, and learn how to manage them, so that not only you can be healthy, but the people around you that you love and care about, and the ones that love and care about you, can be healthy as well, right? Because if you are this person who never recognizes your emotions, never understands them, never learns how to manage them, how can you get in a relationship, right? How can you even build healthy relationships with your friends, your mother, your father, a significant other, a wife, a husband? If you want to have kids someday, you know, how can you really know how to bond with a person, like even your kids, if you don't even know how to recognize and manage your own emotions? You know, like you don't even know how you feel. You don't even understand how you feel. How can you understand how someone else's feel? You cannot try to fill up someone's cup from an empty cup. And I feel like a lot of times when it comes to just being emotional, like no matter what it is, and I'm gonna kind of speak just probably like on love, like just trying to love someone. You can't try to love someone when your cup of love is literally empty, because you lack emotional intelligence, you know? And it's not something that is hard to recognize, understand, and manage, you know? It just takes practice. And the quicker you get to practicing, the sooner you will be well off, okay? So I want you guys to think about this next week coming up, right? This next 7 days. I want you to think about every single emotion that, you know, that flows through you, whether it's happy, sad, depressed, anxious, whatever it is, right? Right? And I want you to really ask yourself, why are you feeling those emotions? And when I say why, I want you to get in depth on why. Like if you say, oh, I feel like this because of my mom. Why? Because of your mom. What did she, because what she did, well, what did she do? Why? Because of that. Like, why did that make you feel the type of way? I believe a lot of times people are not asking enough whys. Why exactly do you feel that way? So you can get down to understanding your emotions. And when you get down to understanding your emotions, you really get down to the root of understanding yourself. Plain and simple. And when you understand yourself more and the reasons why you do the things that you do, it's easier for you to heal and move on with life. Plain and simple. And I feel like that's what we should all be. We should all be at a place in our life where we don't only want to be wealthy when it comes to money, we want to be wealthy when it comes to health as well, whether that is mental health, physical health, emotional health, spiritual health if you are spiritual. You just want to be healthy all around. You just don't want to be healthy in one area, because then that's when, okay? And you think, I'm not even gonna start. I ain't gonna start, okay? But I want you to recognize your emotions, feel through them, ask yourself why, and find ways for you to manage those emotions, whether it's positive affirmations. Maybe you like listening to rain sounds because it calms you, or the ocean, or maybe you like to take walks, or maybe you should go to the gym and lift some weights and wait it out, okay? Find ways that are healthy for you to manage your emotions so we can get this thing on a go. Because when you don't find healthy ways to manage your emotions, you know what you go to? You start looking into chemicals to help you manage those emotions. And what it does is make you forget about it for the moment. And when you are back sober again, your problems are still there. And if not, maybe worse. So yeah, and I could really go on about that, but I don't want to make this video longer than 10 minutes. I hope it's not longer than 10 minutes. So yeah, if you guys want me to talk more on this subject, please let me know. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys 1,001%. I love you. I trust you. You are conquering the world. And yes, I thank you for your support. Like, comment, and of course subscribe. And I see you the next video. Bye.